T.I. and Rihanna on Magic. We're now at 8:37 and still cold, still below zero in Linden. We're at -8. Mike Barrett's in for an installment of Good Policies with Barrett Insurance. Mike, good morning.
Good morning. We have you by a degree in Waterford. My house is registering 9 below right now.
All right, so what'd you have this morning? We had Sarah in, Sarah Sandville, to talk about the Light Up the Night parade coming up Saturday in Linden. She said up here on Pinehurst she had 16 below.
Wow.
I had 21.
Okay, so you might have beat me there. So, yeah, I think the lowest we got was maybe 13, 14.
Yeah, well, it's still cold. I mean, below zero is below zero.
I used to go snowmobiling in that weather.
I used to ski in that weather, not anymore.
No.
All right, Good Policies. We talk about how you can get the most out of your insurance dollars. Pennies, nickels, dimes, and nickels, dimes, and quarters.
Yeah, leave
and
pennies
dollars.
alone.
Yeah. But we also...
Pennies are the Pluto of coins.
We focus on the community, too. And a lot of folks out there, Mike, are familiar with the St. J. Fire Department Toy Drive.
Yes, the Santa Fund.
Now, that was started years and years ago by the Caledonian Record.
Yes.
My father worked there for 45 years, proudly. He has every right to be.
Wow.
And they still
Absolutely.
partner, and they have so many partners throughout the community. But let's talk about the Santa Fund because, every holiday season is tight for everyone, but this year's even tighter.
It really is. You guys got your food drive coming up. Well, just as important is the Santa Fund, right? You don't want to go hungry, and you don't want the kids to go without the magical feeling of Christmas and the spirit of gift receiving. Although giving is as good as receiving, there are times where receiving is more important, and I think it's in this case, if it's a hardship for the family. And the Santa Fund has served their purpose since all of our, certainly throughout my entire life. Now, I was never a recipient of the Santa Fund, but I've always donated. Back in the day, early on, they used to be able to take gently used toys. And I think over time, that kind of, how things work, people may have abused it a little bit. So certainly it's new toys, unwrapped toys now. So we, over the past, I think this is our 7th year or more, no, probably more. Probably 10th year doing it. We're collecting toys for the Santa Fund at our office in St. Johnsbury for those that can't just donate directly to the fire department. And we're going to bring them all up, bring them to the fire department with a donation as well. And it's something we love to do. We love to help out those who are helping out our community because we're fortunate enough to do it. So we would encourage you, if you're in St. Johnsbury in the area, stop by Barrett Insurance and drop off a toy that you've purchased.
Yeah, you guys are one of many of the drop-off locations there. Actually, I saw a way cool picture this morning on Facebook when my news feed loaded up. Caledonia County Sheriff's Department is asking folks to drop off there, too, for those that can't make it to the fire department.
Yep.
Brandon Thrailkill was there with his son. His son brought in a bundle of toys to take up to that.
Yeah, typically when you see Ethan and I go to and come to your food drive on Saturday, we also spend a little time downtown. We love going to the local stores, buying toys, and those are all Santa Fund bound. So it's awesome. It's a good thing to teach the kids to do that, isn't it? Giving is so important on that end. So we encourage you, stop on by and bring a donation for the Santa Fund.
Yeah, it's a wonderful cause, and it's been going on for decades. So let's talk about the holiday season.
Yeah.
And benefiting others and your insurance.
Yes. So we are in the spirit of giving. The gift-giving season is upon us. And not necessarily a ton of insurance ramifications there, but certainly some high-weather or high-level things to consider, okay? If jewelry is involved, and I'm talking high-value jewelry, make sure you look at options for covering that for your insurance. If you have a renter's insurance policy or a homeowner's policy, you can easily schedule jewelry on there, broaden your perils. I recently had some folks lose diamonds on an engagement ring, and they were covered with no deductible. So that peace of mind is pretty tremendous. So if that is in the cards for you, good for you. Congratulations. And think about the insurance portion of it. Electronics. Most homeowner policies are Form 3 homeowner policies. Form 5 gives you broader protection for personal property, including, of course, your electronics, which would fall into that category. Consider the possibility of switching to a Form 5 to give you some broader coverage. Just good to have if you get more things plugged in and a power surge happens or things like that. You want to just give yourself the best coverage you possibly can for very little money to do. And then we could talk about the ability to specifically insure computers and electronics, laptops, things of that nature, to cover them better.
All right, so let me just pop in. This little device right here in front of me, is this considered one of those electronics?
I have a company that considers your smartphone there to be a computer because, for all intents and purposes, it has what a computer has. So, yes, I have one particular company that I could put that on and schedule, but I have other companies who have other options, including Ohio Mutual, who has a great option for a low price. You can insure all the smartphones and tablets in your home. So there's definitely options out there beyond that of what you get from the cellular providers or the manufacturers.
I figured that would be a relevant question, but I wasn't afraid to be the dumbest man in the room either because, I mean, it's, it's an
But
electronic.
that functions as a computer, right? It's got brains, it's got a chip, it's got a hard drive storage. That's a computer in the eyes of one of my companies.
So I'll tie that and the jewelry together because this is the time of year that, for example, a guy or a gal may propose.
Yeah.
And that's when that beautiful diamond engagement ring comes out.
Yeah.
It's the time of year that a lot of phone manufacturers come out with the latest and greatest smartphone and technologies. So it's common that they're gifted during the holidays.
They are. If my son had his way, he'd be getting a smartphone for Christmas. Guess what? He's not getting his way. He's too young. But, I'm sure there'll be a lot of smartphones given as gifts this year. Think about ways to protect yourself because, especially when you're giving them to the young folks, right? I mean, that thing is going to get challenged. It's going to get lost. It's going to get dropped. It's going to get put in a snowbank. Maybe you want to have some optimal protection on that if you can.
All right, so let's go back to, you said surge suppressor, right? This is the time of year that we've got to think about our fire safety.
Without a doubt.
Okay, and a lot of mistakes that people make is with space heaters, whether they're simply electric with an element or electric with oil and things around this nature here. They are a significant fire hazard, especially if they're plugged into an extension cord or a power strip.
Exactly. These units are not, and of course, they give you the shortest power cord possible on those units, right? So, they're encouraging you almost to do that. But yeah, the electronics that are in there are not rated to be handled by almost every extension cord and certainly every power strip. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say maybe one of those appliance ones might work. I wouldn't try it. But yeah, it's also a tip and fall hazard, right? Especially the oil ones. I mean, you got to be very careful with the space heaters. Make sure they're in safe spots. Make sure they're not in an area where they can be tipped. And, sometimes it makes more sense to err on the side of safety and put an extra sweater on than it does to do that type of thing. Although, some of the folks in my office, we have space heaters there. But we have plenty of outlets nearby, too. So.
Well, yeah, very nearby because the desk is right near the wall with the...
If I ever caught them plugging into a power strip, there'd be a couple of demerits. I'll tell you that right now.
One other thing to mention here. We talked about warming devices, electric, oil-filled, and such. Carbon monoxide possibility, carbon monoxide poisoning with the propane heaters or kerosene heaters, but also, too... We have got folks that may have a chicken coop, and they just get one of those red heating lamps.
Yeah, those, and then, you've got all kinds of dust and very flammable stuff in there. So be careful with the heating lamps with the chickens, too. There's so many things that you need to do to err on the side of caution. Hopefully the chicken coop is farther away from the house so that maybe if, God forbid, something does happen, it's just the chicken coop that goes and not the house. Having a proximity of things that burn to your home is, it's nice to have some distance. So.
It certainly is. All right. We look forward to you and Ethan hopefully stopping down Saturday between 10 and 2. Tell folks how to get in touch with you.
Sure. Super simple. Give us a call, 748-5224. You can find our office on Portland Street in St. Johnsbury, online, thebarrettagency.com, Google, Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. Just look for Barrett Insurance Agency. And please, if you are wanting to give to the Santa Fund and don't think you can make it to the fire department in St. Johnsbury, you are more than welcome to donate a beautiful gift to our office. We'll put it under our Christmas tree.
All right, Mike, thank you very much. Good policies each and every Tuesday. And our Hometown Minute from Beans Homes coming up shortly. Magic in the Morning.